Hello, I'm Elif and this is a recap for episode 112 of the series For My Family, 24 hours after Turkey and before dubbed for TV. After the New Year celebration, everyone gathers together and Fatma remembers that she had put the money in Emel's teddy bear. The children are happy, but when they realize the money is still missing, they become disappointed once again. Susan and Yaman fall asleep next to each other, and in the morning, Yaman asks Susan not to go to work and to rest. Susan says she doesn't want to stay unemployed, but Yaman is concerned about her and abruptly suggests, "Should we get married?" Susan is taken aback, and Yaman continues, "It wasn't very romantic. But I think this is who we are. We'll do whatever comes our way." Susan agrees with a smile. When Yulcan learns that Emel had taken her teddy bear to Tolga's house for Bahar to play with, she immediately goes to Tolga's house to look for the money, disregarding Tolga's explanations. Her behavior towards Tolga is unfair. Yaman visits Soraya to apologize for what happened, and he explains that Susan's pregnancy was unexpected. Soraya handles the situation calmly, and when Yaman asks if she will continue working at the club, Soraya says she needs it and takes advantage of the opportunity to gain a promotion from Yaman. At school, Sarp warns Gökhan for his rudeness regarding his work. Bark attacks Sarp upon seeing him and says no one has the right to behave like this with his father. When Sarp realizes that the school employee is Bark's father, he is taken aback and decides to retaliate against Bark. Emel mentions that she had taken her teddy bear to Nabahat's house to play with Bahar, and Orhan and Fatma go to her house. Nabahat says she also bought a teddy bear for Bahar, and everyone searches for the missing money assuming the teddy bears have been swapped, but they find nothing. At school, Yulcan apologizes to Tolga, who is upset with her. She says she didn't mean any harm, they just lost a lot of money, and she doesn't know what to do, but Tolga is more upset than her. Ayaz asks his friend not to come to work so he can spend more time helping Asiye. He is deeply engaged in his work and is very happy to be close to Asiye. Asiye feels better about him the more she gets to know Ayaz. Bark learns that his father's friend's coffee shop, where he stays at night, is flooded, and it's going to be closed, so he asks Gökhan to stay at their house. Gökhan reluctantly agrees. When Ayla hears Bark's request, she is taken aback, but she accepts it because of him. However, when Elif is alone with her father, she tells him that he previously deceived her mother and returned to their house after their separation, but Gökhan says he won't lie this time. Yulcan goes to Tolga's house to win his heart back and says she will clean everywhere to make him forgive her. Tolga willingly accepts, and as long as he can, he works Yulcan. Omar and Lydia come face to face at the club. Yaman and Susan have asked them to come there, and Lydia and Omar are surprised to see their parents together. It doesn't take long before they sit behind the marriage contract table and get married. Lydia and Omar are confused and Lydia is angry, but as soon as they realize they are going to have a sister or brother, they become excited and congratulate them. When Soraya goes to the club, Nabahat approaches her and mentions Yaman and Susan's marriage to annoy her. Soraya calmly says she's aware of it. Nabahat thinks Soraya won't work there anymore, but when she hears that Soraya has been promoted and became the manager, she is taken aback. She goes to Yaman and protests against his decision. Yaman wonders about her sensitivity towards Soraya and Nabahat can't say anything about Akif and Soraya's relationship. The school children are planning a charity event for orphan children, and everyone is rehearsing for their part in the program. Ayaz and Asiye get closer during the rehearsal, and both of them stumble, causing Ayaz to quickly distance himself from Asiye. He immediately hands over his motorcycle keys to Sarp and says he's backing out of the bet and doesn't want to be unfair to Asiye anymore. Sarp says, "You've fallen in love with Asiye." Susan and Soraya come face to face at the club, and Susan tells Soraya she has every right to be angry, but she tried to stay away from Yaman until the child incident happened. Soraya says, "I was upset, but it turned out better for me. Akif was right. I'm not in love with Yaman." Elif goes to her old neighborhood to see her friend and comes face to face with the coffee shop owner, realizing her father lied about its closure. She confronts her father at the dinner table and tells him she knows he deceived Bark. Bark and Ayla are taken aback. Gökhan, feeling ashamed, says he wanted to be with his children and lied for that reason. He goes to collect his belongings, and Bark says he will go with his father. When Ayla hears this, she agrees to let Gökhan stay there. Akif goes to Tolga's house and is shocked to see that the couch cushions are missing. A few days earlier, he had found the money inside Emel's teddy bear, which had been swapped with Bahar's teddy bear, and he had put them inside the cushions. Akif contacts Tolga and goes to find the cushions. When he learns that Tolga has sold them to charity, he asks him not to sell them to anyone until he arrives. However, shortly after, Şevval buys the cushions from Yasmin. Sarp, who heard from Yasmin that Bark sold him to Ayla when he was a baby to take revenge on him, goes to Bark with a doll and says he wants advice on selling it and hints at selling him. Bark angrily attacks Sarp and beats him. At that moment, Akif arrives and takes possession of the cushions from Tolga. Tolga says before he could do anything, Şevval bought them. Akif tells everyone that he took the money from Bahar's teddy bear and placed it inside the cushions, and everyone rushes to Şevval's house. On the other side, Gülten tells Şevval she has decided to leave there, and Şevval happily escorts her. At that moment, Akif and the children arrive and go after the cushions. Şevval says she put them in Gülten's room. Everyone heads towards Gülten's room and realizes what the situation is and why Gülten left in such a hurry. Akif and the children leave the house and chase after Gülten. Upon seeing them, Gülten tries to escape and goes up a half-built building. The children manage to reach her, and when Akif tries to grab Gülten's bag, it falls, and all the money spills out onto the people below, who quickly start collecting it. That night, everyone gathers together with sadness and worries about losing the money. Fatma says, "Don't be upset. That money was like a windfall that benefited everyone." Everyone realizes where the money actually came from, and Orhan scolds Yulcan and Fatma for the lie they told. Shortly after, they contact Orhan and inform him that the bus Şengül was traveling on to Istanbul has had an accident, and all the passengers on it have died. Orhan doesn't believe what he hears. In response to Aybüke and Yulcan, who keep asking what happened to their mother, he says she is dead. Yulcan and Aybüke cry bitterly. Thank you for watching, stay tuned for the next episode.